Jimmy, how did this collaboration begin? Where were the embers of it? And how did you sort of think this is worth us trying?
Yeah, great question. And, just to follow up on your previous point, I was really struck by the numbers of people that are taking this up all over the world and the fact it is evaluated in randomized control trials. That is kind of the pinnacle of what it means to evaluate projects and pieces of work. So as a bit of a kind of geek for things like that, I was delighted to see that. But how did this project come about? Look, let me start by saying a bit more about the VRU. So our vision is that Scotland's the safest country in the world to live and to grow up. And actually, I think we want to go even further than that. Being the safest, if safe is 3 out of 10 and we still want to be 10 out of 10, so we want to be the safest we can possibly be. And I would love nothing more than for us not to need to exist as the Scottish Violence Reduction Unit, because we are so safe and violence is so minimal. And, when things happen, the support is available very quickly. So actually, I'm explicitly working to try and do us out of a job because we will deliver on our mission. And that will take time and that is challenging and ambitious. And I'll also say we always take a public health approach to what we do. And you've articulated this beautifully, and Leslie too. We treat violence as if it's a disease. And you've got to understand the causal factors and work on those factors. What's causing that metaphorical disease? So when we came across the Think Equal programme, it was a no-brainer for me because we are compelled and want to invest in work that is primary, secondary and tertiary. When I talk about primary, that is the less heroic but more vital work of prevention, right? I get the appeal of charities who want to tell stories of saving people's lives when they've had a brilliant story and experienced real hardship. But actually, it is much more vital and we save much more money. It's better bang for our buck to get things right and to build healthier children than it is to repair broken men and women. And so when this came along, this was a brilliant example of what doesn't look like violence reduction, but it is. It is strengthening children, it's strengthening families, it's building curiosity and empathy and kindness. So for me, this is in line with a public health approach. It looks at root causes, not just those visible symptoms. It is better and cheaper to do this. And we are all about investing in and supporting pilot projects. I'll also add, though, that we did a power of work to evaluate the Glasgow educational curriculum to make sure that this did fit in and works alongside all the other brilliant work that nurseries and education staff and families and third sector organisations are already doing. So I was delighted when this opportunity came up. Yeah. Absolute no-brainer for me.